honey, grab your tea and hold on tight, because what's brewing in Buckingham Palace isn't just royal drama, it's a full-blown royal purge. And Meghan Markle, she's the first one getting permanently iced out. That's right, she's banned, not just please don't come around banned. We're talking lifetime banned from the palace, from the family, from even being spoken about. According to bombshell updates from US Weekly and whispers from behind palace walls, Prince William and Princess Catherine have had enough. No more calls, no more texts, no polite card exchanges at Christmas, absolutely nothing. Meghan Markle has been erased like she never existed. And this time, it's not just another tabloid tantrum, it's real, it's strategic, and it's permanent. Sources say William isn't raging or throwing things. No, his fury is ice cold, quiet, calculated, final. And it's not just Meghan he's fuming over, it's Harry too. Especially after Harry's latest bombshell interview on the BBC that aired May 2nd. Apparently that was the last straw, and baby, when a royal draws the line, they don't just use ink, they use fire. Right after that interview aired, William and Catherine made a decision behind closed doors. No more Meghan, no more drama, shut it down. Word is, Meghan's name isn't even allowed to be spoken in Kate's presence. Palace staff, under strict orders, don't ever bring her up. Not in passing, not in gossip, not even by accident. This is way deeper than just a bad interview. This is years of emotional warfare, hurt, betrayal, exhaustion. Meghan's alleged diva antics, the tell-all interviews, the Netflix drama, the Oprah moment, the spare memoir, it all built up like a volcano. And now, the royal family's done playing nice. At the center of it all is Catherine. And she's been through a lot lately, recovering from serious health issues, fighting stress behind closed doors, trying to hold her royal role together while the media pokes and prods. William, he's not having it. He's become her shield. And that means Meghan is now persona non grata. Insiders say even if, and it's a big if, Harry finds his way back into the royal circle someday, Meghan won't be coming with him. One source said it bluntly, Kate will never see Meghan again. Not out of pettiness, out of self-preservation, and honestly, that speaks volumes. But you guys, this goes beyond ignoring her. Behind those palace doors, William's putting pressure on King Charles himself. Yes, the future king is done being polite. The message is loud and clear. She's done, we're moving on, and William, he's already stepping into the role of protector of the monarchy. With King Charles's health reportedly fragile, William's taking charge, and he's not taking prisoners. Even royal biographer Angela Levine weighed in. Her take? The family's new approach is zero engagement. No comments, no clapbacks, no more feeding the fire, just silence. And apparently, that silence is driving Meghan crazy. Levin says this cold shoulder hurts Meghan more than public attacks ever could. Why? Because it cuts off her oxygen. Meghan thrives in headlines, in media noise, but this is quiet, ruthless, and it's choking the narrative. Let's be real for a second. There's something painfully poetic about this. Meghan, the very person who publicly cut off her father and other family members with zero closure, is now getting the exact same treatment. No calls, no mentions, not even a whisper of her name in the royal corridors, just deleted. And the silence is spreading. Other royals are falling in line. Staff members, advisors, family friends, the whole vibe. Enough is enough. Everyone's exhausted, sick of the chaos, done with the interviews, fed up with the game. So where does this leave Harry? Now that's complicated. See, while Meghan is fully banned, there's still a tiny window left open for Harry. Not warm and fuzzy, more like he's family for now, but even that comes with major conditions. The biggest one, stop airing dirty laundry. The royals are firm. Until Harry shuts his mouth and drops the drama, there's no reunion in sight. So yeah, Meghan isn't just in hot water, she's been tossed out of the pool entirely. And the lifeguards have burned the rescue floaties. But here's the kicker, it's not happening with fireworks, no press releases, no dramatic statements. It's happening in silence, and that's what makes it all the more brutal. Prince William's decision wasn't an angry outburst, it was chess, strategic, cold, protective, and behind it all, one simple mission: protect the crown. To William, Meghan represents chaos, media scandals, unpredictability, constant leaks, endless headlines. She doesn't fit the mold. And his response, total disengagement, no more sympathy, no more chances, just erase and move on. What really sent him over the edge, sources say, was hearing Meghan's name pop up in palace chatter. Even that was too much. So now she doesn't exist. And Catherine, she didn't just agree, she demanded it. Her health struggles have been no secret to insiders, and the stress Meghan brought into her life, devastating. What the public hasn't seen are the emotional scars, the toll it's taken, the moments behind the scenes where Kate tried to hold it all together while Meghan stirred the pot outside the palace gates. And let's not forget that moment right after the Oprah interview when William snapped at a reporter asking, "Is the royal family racist?" His response, "We are very much not a racist family," broke royal protocol. It wasn't just the soundbite. It was frustration. Months of bottled up emotions boiling over. For a prince who's always composed, always polished, that was a slip. A big one. And it was a lesson, one that William took seriously. Since then, he's doubled down on control, on silence. And it's working. Meghan can't manipulate what doesn't react. Multiple insiders have said the same thing. Meghan is unraveling in the silence. Because here's the ironic twist. Meghan, who once cut people out for being toxic, is now being handed that same fate by the most powerful family in Britain. Total cutoff, no explanation, no closure, no let's talk, just goodbye. And if you think the royal family's the only one done with Meghan, let's talk about Edward Enninful. Yes, the former Vogue UK editor who once bent over backward for Meghan. Remember when she guest edited that magazine? It was supposed to be a cultural reset, a moment, but behind the scenes, disaster. Vogue staff reportedly had to walk on eggshells around her. Meghan allegedly acted like a full-blown diva, making demands and throwing tantrums. Enninful tolerated it at first, but eventually even he'd had enough. They haven't spoken since, and if you know how tight the media world is in the UK, that kind of fallout is deafening. Meghan's pattern is loud and clear now: charm people, win them over with shared causes or flattering talk, but the second they don't bend to her will, she cuts them off or they run for the hills. From celebrity friends to palace staff to media allies, people are backing away, quietly, firmly, permanently. And honey, the palace sees all of it. What's happening isn't just emotional or social anymore, it's becoming visible. Meghan's glow is fading, even in Hollywood. That A-list sparkle she once had dimmed. People are whispering, she's not the draw she once was, the mystique is gone. So what about Harry? Well, buckle up, because his situation is turning into a royal circus of its own. While Meghan's been locked out with the kind of silence that makes ice feel warm, Harry is still clinging to the edge, dangling on a fragile thread of family leniency. There's a tiny ounce of hope left for him, but it comes with rules, tough ones. The royal family has made it crystal clear. If you ever want back in, zip it. No more interviews, no more snide Netflix commentary, and absolutely no more royal memoir bombshells. But here's the twist. Harry has already gone all in on Team Meghan. From the Oprah tell-all to that scorched earth Netflix documentary to his bomb-dropping memoir, Spare, Harry has tied his entire identity to Meghan's version of the royal story. Walking that back, it's not just hard, it's almost impossible. If Harry were to step away now, it wouldn't just feel like betrayal to Meghan. It would collapse everything they've sold themselves as: truth tellers, outsiders, survivors. The problem? The longer Harry doubles down, the deeper he sinks into a narrative that's rapidly losing public sympathy. And the royals? They're watching it happen with a mix of heartbreak, steel, cold determination. Because behind palace walls, they don't see a wounded man fighting for love. They see someone who knows exactly what he's doing, someone using his royal title as a weapon to attack the very institution that raised him. They see betrayal, strategic betrayal, and let's not forget, King Charles still supported them financially after the exit. Millions were quietly handed over to help them transition into private life. But what did Harry do? He went on live TV and cried abandonment. That contradiction, infuriating. People inside the palace felt used. And for William, who has held back, swallowed his pride, and stayed mostly silent, that narrative hurt the most. It painted him as the villain. It painted his wife as cold. It turned the truth into a circus. Now Meghan, she's spiraling in her own way. Palace sources say she's become increasingly paranoid about her image. Once confident she could control the narrative, she's reportedly shocked by the cold shoulder she's getting, not just from the royals, but from British media outlets that once fawned over her. Think about it, the Daily Mail, The Sun, even Vogue. These were once Meghan's glossy playgrounds. Now they're reporting on her without mercy. The tone has shifted, the gloves are off. The irony? It's poetic. Meghan built her brand on empowerment, compassion, transparency. She said she was fighting for the underdog, uplifting women, breaking down walls. But behind the scenes, former staff have described her behavior as emotionally volatile, manipulative, elitist. That's not empowerment. That's empire building at everyone else's expense. And people are catching on. Even her closest celebrity allies have gone silent. The people who once posted selfies and quotes and supportive tweets, they're nowhere to be found. And Meghan is feeling it. Take Edward Enninful again, the editor-in-chief of British Vogue. One of Meghan's biggest champions once bent over backward to keep her happy. But according to insiders, their working relationship was a minefield. Meghan's demands, the tantrums, the carefully controlled photo shoots, the pressure, it all became too much. And Enninful, he quietly stepped back. That silence spoke volumes. A Vogue insider put it best. It wasn't just one bad day, it was a pattern. And that pattern, it's everywhere. From celebrity stylists who stopped working with her to publicists who now whisper warnings behind closed doors, people in Meghan's orbit have either left or are slowly drifting away. Even in Hollywood, where image is everything, Meghan's sparkle is fading. That once iconic fairy tale of American girl becomes royal princess has lost its shine. Now people are wary, skeptical, burned. Let's be real. Hollywood loves a redemption arc, but Meghan's story, it's not feeling redemptive, it's feeling toxic. PR firms don't want the backlash. Studios don't want the drama. Allies don't want to get dragged into the mud. And as Meghan isolates, so does Harry. Yes, he still has that thread of possible reconciliation, but it's hanging by a string. And it's only there because the royal family still, deep down, sees him as family. But the new rules are set in stone. No more tell-alls, no more cryptic podcast quotes, no more anonymous sources dragging royals. No more Netflix specials turned trauma exposés. And most importantly, no more Meghan. Insiders say that if Harry wants any kind of reunion, he'll have to show that he can detach from Meghan's warpath. That means no more side eyes, no more tabloid fireworks, no more shady book deals. The sad part, people inside the palace don't want to hate him. They don't even want to punish him. They just want him to stop. But Harry's too deep. His brand is now built on grievance. His book Spare wasn't just a memoir. It was a manifesto, a war cry, and to walk back now, that would feel like defeat, which leaves the royal family stuck between heartbreak and duty. William in particular has had to become stone. Once close to his brother, he now sees him as a liability, and Meghan as the match that lit the fuse. It's why William isn't budging, why he told palace staff to erase her name, why Catherine, once seen as the peacemaker, said enough is enough. Her stress, her health, her peace of mind have all been sacrificed for far too long. Now the palace has closed ranks. The moat is real, the walls are up, Meghan is out. And while the Sussexes continue to drop truth bombs and throw indirect shade, the royals have chosen silence, dignified, chillin', brutal, and honestly, that silence may be the loudest message yet, because nothing says you're done quite like being erased from the royal map.